Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. Today we are building or finishing off the suburban house that we started last episode. I've already started going around the edges like we always do with the houses. We always go around the edges of the roofs first and then we fill in the rest. It makes it a lot easier to fill in the roofs because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. And we're also going to go with stone brick instead of the andesite texture that we have on this one. And we're going to do a similar style to what we've got on this building. We have the sort of edging a different color. We're going to have that on this building so it looks different to the one next to it. And to make it look different to the one next to it, we're using a slightly different roof block. Still grey, but this I think this is the first building, in fact, that's using these blocks for the roofs. We used to use them an awful lot. In fact, most roofs used to be this block. But I actually sort of prefer the look of that one. I think that one looks a little bit more slate-like. This one looks a lot more like tiles, like traditional sort of tile look. But this looks a little bit more, or the other one looks a little bit more slatey, which I think as far as in a modern house goes, I think it looks a little bit better, at least some of the time. So, like normal, what we do first is we go around all of the edges. We don't worry about anywhere else. We just go around the edges and we fill in all of these. It makes it super simple then to fill in the rest. Now, we've done a lot of the sort of preparation for the roof last episode. We went round and we made sure we filled in like all of these little air sections here to give us as much room on the inside as possible, but also makes it a lot easier to connect the roof to certain stuff. Do I want this to wrap around? Yeah. So a lot of it is sort of already been pre-done, which is really nice. It makes it really easy for us to go to for this episode, just to basically rush round. It's super quick now. We have this one and that one. Oops, upside down. Around here. Thank you for all of your suggestions on how I could cool down and get to sleep a little bit easier. A few people suggested putting fans on in the room. The only trouble with that is I need complete silence to sleep. I get that suggested a lot to me by friends and family. Just put a fan on. Last year we put a fan on before I went to bed, so it would sort of cool down the room when I got in there. So like an hour or two before we'd turn it on, and then we went to bed, turn the fan off when I walked in there, because I can't sleep if there's a noise going on. In fact, I can't sleep if my fiance is breathing too loudly. That's sort of how it sounds. Really rude, doesn't it? And I know how rude it does sound, but I can't. I need complete 100% silence to sleep, so I can't sleep with the fan on. The only trouble with turning the fan on before going to bed and then turning off when you go in there is it sort of messes up your body, because you walk in there and it's nice and cool, and you get into bed and your bed's relatively cool because obviously the fan's been blowing in your bedroom for a few hours. But when you turn the fan off, within like 10 minutes the room is heated up, and it doesn't hit the cold doesn't seem to last that long. It would be nice if we had aircon. Some people said get aircon fitted. I don't think that's sort of a reasonable thing to do just for 6 weeks of the year. Well, not even that. This heat usually lasts for most years 2 or 3 weeks, and then it just goes away and it goes back to raining like it always does in the UK. So I'm not going to get aircon fitted just for like that amount of time. By the time I get it fitted, by the time they come and fit it and it gets working, summer would be well over. It'll probably be halfway through winter by the time it gets finished. And I've got a really old house. Aircon just isn't able to be installed where I am. The walls are too thick. We've got big old flint, brick and flint walls, so you can't drill through it. You can't do anything. It's just like a bomb shelter more than a house. Big walls on it, which is great. It keeps the warmth in the winter. However, it also keeps the warmth in the summer. But you can't hang pictures up, not that easily, because the walls are so hard that you can't get anything in there. It's quite funny. Anyway, as I said earlier, this is going to be a super easy roof. So I'm just going to plot all this around follow all the contours of all the edgings, and I shall be back. Okay, no problems, nothing for me to update you on. It all went smooth to plan, or smooth? It went swimmingly to plan, that's it. Swimmingly to plan, just filling in the top here. There was no difficult parts, there was no tricky parts. It was one of the easiest roofs that I've ever done. And I think that goes to a good plan, a good start to begin with. And sort of thinking about the roof as we went, which we were doing last episode. We were sort of thinking about how exactly the roof would tie into each part before we even thought about building it. And I think that sort of really helps. I don't know if I want that bit flat on the top, or if we should keep stacking up with stairs. I would just want to see, because I put the slabs there because that keeps everything all at that same height. But you know what? It might look nicer if we just keep... well, it's only 2 more layers of stairs anyway. It's only 2 more rings. Let's see what that looks like. See which one we like better. So, this is where the first ring goes. Oops. There we go. Get the rhythm going. No, we lost the rhythm. And around this side. I always think that chimneys out of the middle of the buildings look really nice. Mind you, we've got a chimney on the house next to us. We don't want a chimney on every building. Otherwise, it doesn't become a feature. It just becomes like something that's standard. So maybe we don't do a chimney or fireplace in this house. And we use that wall space that we left down the side there for where the stairs are going to go. We've got a nice large wall section. Blank. Perfect for a place for stairs to go. Nothing to get in the way. I think I prefer the stairs better. Yeah, I prefer that bit being just that little smidge higher. Those 2 houses look really, really nice next to each other. I think white stained glass is going to look best on this house. So let's get our wand for the first time. We didn't use the wand last episode at all, which is odd, because I usually use the wand quite a lot. So we want to fill in some white stained glass here. We want 160. Yeah, that's an easy one to remember. Replace air with 160. So we just got to go around. This is the easiest way, just to stick them in. Doesn't take long at all this way. I think white glass is going to look better than black glass. We've got black glass next to us, and that really suited that house. However, I already know that this one's going to look better with white. I just have that feeling. We missed a little bit. Whoops. I don't think I've missed any other bits. That one. And... No. That one. Beautiful. Glass. That's what I was doing. That one and that one. I always use World Edit to put down glass. Just to like replace the air blocks with glass. Because I find it really frustrating. Some people don't find it as frustrating, but I find it really frustrating to put panes on the side of panes sometimes. It's okay when you're on a 2x2 because you can just do them there and it gives you a huge hitbox to place it on. But sometimes when you're doing like a 3x3 window, you have to like place it on the edge, and I find it really, really awkward sometimes. But well, at least not fast. I just find it easier just to do that. It makes it a lot quicker. So I think that's all of them, right? I think that's all of them. That looks really, really nice. I really like that. So what have we got on the inside? Let's just have a look. I always like to go inside the rooms to see how much room we have. I don't like that being 2 blocks tall. So I'm actually going to raise that up to the same height as the windows. I think that looks a lot better. Well, we've actually got a decent amount of room in here. If you thought very quickly about sort of layout, you could have like a wall going down here. You could have, let's say, like a little bit of a hallway here. Oh, no, you've got the window there, haven't you? Okay, we'll go straight into a lounge. I think this would go straight into a lounge. And then you could have, like, a bathroom in there. Bathroom would go very nicely in there. Sort of a little bit more of a recluse. You've got a hedge, like, in front of the window. Nobody's going to look in. Kitchen area over here. Stairs sort of wrapping up over the wall or even through the wall. That could be really nice. And then some bedrooms here. And you know what? This room here isn't as secluded as I thought it would be. There's actually sort of a decent amount of room width-wise to be able to walk either side of a bed, for example. No, I'm impressed. I like it. Very nice house. So, outside though, we want to dress this up a little bit. I want to have a nice wall that goes around. I think I'm going to use... We've got hedges on this side, and that's sort of already nicely enclosed that in. How much room? Do I have any room out the back? I have a little room out the back for a back garden, so maybe a back door would be a good idea. Maybe even taking out this window and replacing it with a door. So if we had it in like that and like that. I got rid of the wand. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, back door here. Going to a little bit of a back garden. Always good to have two doors in a house anyway. And as far as the wall goes, you know, I'm going to use fences. I haven't done like just a nice fence wall for ages. So we're going to have this just come out there. Come this way, 1 block away from the edge of the mountain so the fences don't connect up to it. So we're sort of going to bend our fence around this. Oh, I'm slowly getting around and sort of terraforming and smoothing out the mountains. Whenever I see little holes, I always try and fix them. And I'm going to drop this just before the edge of the building. Just like that. Maybe it should be this edge and not that edge. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice amount of sort of back garden in there then. Maybe this one, instead of being fence, should be hedge. And then grab the leaves. Can I grab the leaves like that, or does that make them despawn? I can't remember. We'll have a look. If these start disappearing, we'll know why. So I always do them 2 blocks high. I think 2 blocks high is a nice scale. But then I do like little random parts of 3 on top. Like random sections. It makes it look not quite perfectly pruned. And it does look better if it's 2 blocks deep as well. Let's just run these back. Oops. Missed the block. And then like that. Beautiful. Okay. So there's a nice back garden. Front. I don't think I'm going to do any walls on the front. I think I'm going to keep it a little bit more open. We do want a little bit of a driveway, at least, for a car to be parked on here. So let's take out this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we want to take out the yellow lines, drop the curb for them. And have this come in. At least, well, you sort of want 6 blocks. We've got 7 blocks, so it's sort of perfect. Because a car... in our scale is around 6 blocks long. So all car parking spots need to be 6 blocks. And all roads are sort of 5 blocks wide. Because the car itself is 3. And then you want like a block on either side. Just for like a little bit of give. And still, it's pretty difficult to sometimes get a car around a sharp corner. Even if you've got like 1 block spare on either side. So yeah, nice little sort of car park goes back in there. We can... put a car down. I think that would be a nice one to do. Let's put a Toyota Supra back there. Stick. Oh, get it straight. These place down on like the exact angle that you're facing. So you want to sort of get them bang in the middle. I don't know, 1 block too far forward. That one then. We're going to get in and drive it forward a little bit. A little bit more forward. Oh no, I didn't jump out when I wanted to. No, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. That's nicely parked in at the front there. I love that. I really, really like that. And then what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to grab... can I have the path raised up a block? Like, could I do this? Would it look weird if I maybe use a different slab? No. Oops. Can I do this, or does it look weird with like the path being higher than the... That looks weird, doesn't it? No. I'm going to take that away. I think it'd be much better. Yeah. You're right. Broken grass block to stick some gravel in. Or we do that. Maybe this is better. Like that. Like that. Like that. We can either do it just like that, so you get out of the car and you walk on, or we can also lead it this way as well. I think I like that. I think that's good, right? Yeah, now I'm going to go with that. Flowers, we want to grab some sort of taller ones. Let's grab some white tulips as well. Some blue ones. Some... Where are the tall ones? Where are the tall ones? There they are. Lilac. I think the pink will actually go quite nice with this building. Rosebush and large fern. And I think we want lilac here. Blue one there on either side. That looks quite nice. Rose one here. Fern one there. Stick down the taller ones first. I always like to do that. And then go around with the smaller ones to sort of fill up the rest of the area. And this one, I'm going to put like 2 close to each other for that one. And the same there. Oops, I put down a small one. It doesn't matter. Like that. And this side of the building, I'm sort of going to keep mostly blank. Just like that. I think leaves, we're going to grab some oak leaves. It's the next one. And we just put down just some of these. Just a few of them. Don't overdo it with the leaves on this building. Just like little sections of it more than anything. Like that one. Run around this side. Anything not there. Not there. That one. And this one. Maybe a little bit of a taller one there. Just in that corner. So you're not going to see that corner or that side of the house that much. Because obviously we're going to build another house next to it. So you don't want to go too crazy and sort of fill up too much space. Then we can go around. We can put down some tulips. You can probably go around with some different colours if you wanted to as well. But I like just sticking to 1, maybe 2 colours of small flowers. I just think it looks better. And these along the front. Beautiful. Okay, any more blue ones? We can have a blue one maybe down the side here. The blue ones you don't have too close to each other. These sort of are more specialer ones. You want them to stand out a little bit more. Maybe there. Beautiful. I think we want to stripe the grass. So we're going to get green stained clay. Is that the one? No, we use lime, don't we? Lime. Yeah. 159.5. So we want to do this to this. Set 159.5. And then we're just going to stripe up to the flowers. Don't go underneath the flowers. If you go underneath the flowers, it makes the flowers pop off. And you want to keep the flowers in all the places that you put down. So just sort of mow the grass up to the flowers. Plus, if you were mowing your grass, you're not going to mow over all your nice flowers at the edges of the building, are you? In fact, you probably can't even get the lawnmower close to the edge of the building. Yeah, you probably have to go around with the strimmer. And strim the edges with the little spinning plastic thing. That one. That one. Nice thing about a garden this size is it's super, super quick to do. Sometimes on the big mansions, and you've got a huge amount of garden space, especially like our first mansion that we done. That garden was a little bit too big. It was pretty difficult to do. So then you have to be clever here, and you sort of have to do that one would be green, 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 which means this one is green. You sort of have to work it out and sort of go block by block. That one. And that one. Now we don't have a wall on this side. This is an open-sided part of the house. So we're just going to have to sort of stop when we feel comfortable, which I think will probably be at the edge of the white there. That one. So that's our last one then. What do you think of that? I think that's really, really nice. I don't think it really requires all that much more. We've got a tree in the front here for that house. I don't think we've got enough room in the front of this house for a tree, but maybe the back garden would look nice. Maybe even with a spruce tree. So, spruce and bone meal. Let's get my HUD back on. Maybe over here. Will it grow? Oh, it did. Yeah, that's a nice one. I like that one. In fact, it looks like a pretty perfect spruce tree. You don't often get them like that. You always get one block missing at least. Maybe one block from the top's missing. Yeah, no, I like that. It's like a little fir tree out the back. Okay, beautiful. You guys can fill up what you want in the back. You can put some benches down. You can put a barbecue down, things like that. I'm going to leave it blank for the moment. I'm going to leave that for when we go around and we do interiors. The way that I'm going to do that probably is just every now and again, we'll just do like an interior just as an episode, and we'll just return to a house and do an interior. For the moment, though, we're busy with the interior with the island mansion, the island one, private island. So I don't want to have like multiple series doing interiors. I like to have like one thing doing a specific thing at each time. Anyway, that looks totally awesome. I think it would look cool if we had a car facing the other way, though, in the other garden. So let's grab that one. I just thought it was a different color. And stick this down facing this way. That's also a Supra, but like a grey one, but it works. Yeah, that looks so cool, doesn't it? Okay, let's see with the shader pack on. This isn't the best direction to actually look at something from in the shaders, because the sun seems to be directly onto these houses. Some of the other buildings look better, like this one doesn't look too bad, but the shadow's sort of on the back. What you really want is the sun at a sort of 45-degree angle, so you sort of get these shadows going across. So let's try and set time 9,000. Oops. Do I need time set? Oh, time 9,000. Time set 9,000. Thank you. Yeah, so maybe a little bit more. 10,000. That's better. No, I like that. Sort of like 9,000. About 9,500 for an exact time. Yeah, 9,000. You gotta get it just right, don't you? So yeah, that now what we've got is we've got shadows that sort of cut across the front of the building, and it looks a lot better when there's no shadow, when the sun's like pointing directly at the house. The shader pack doesn't really do that much. It just makes everything look very bright. But if you can get the angle of the sun, of the sky, just right, you get these beautiful shadows then get casted over it. Really, really nice. See how you get like that bit up there is darker because of the shadow. It gives a lot more depth to the whole house. The roof looks like bigger and better. It looks like it's doing its job a lot more. I like it. Those two houses being very similar colors, like snow and brick, and having similar color roofs, really nice to have next to each other. I think that looks totally awesome. However, the buildings are different enough that they don't really look that similar. It's sort of a really nice balance, I think. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.